aces to throw away almost.
Yeah, and you have more team fights as well, which they were just winning at the end there. Putting it up top, giving them map control. The ingredients are set. It's a recipe for disaster for Echo Fox. Panda, of course, in this group. Let's talk about it. They beat Splice. Splice need to win. They can't
Splice.
go
They
slaughtered them. Okay,
7-1, 7-1. I mean, that's...
And you have
slaughter is a polite way of saying what is on my mind.
and you have to consider it from the Echo Fox the camp as well. If they lose this one, they'll be very hard pushed for the rest of the pool play.
Yeah,
and
they would then need to 100% beat Panda.
Non-form Panda. Judging
be
from
tough.
the first game.
They would need to 2-0 Panda as well, actually.
And that was their first map pick. Psychology factor is tilting fast in this one.
What do you think of their body language? Obviously, here we're seeing Echo Fox on our screens. You can see Kyle trying to communicate, get his point across. Does that look worrying at all if you're an Echo Fox fan?
Well, an interesting point to mention, which we didn't actually allude to, was Kyle, the new member to this team of Echo Fox, is now the in-game leader. He has just gone straight in, become the in-game leader, and that's perhaps why maybe everyone is just, hush hush, apart from Kyle trying to keep heads level going into the next one.
Do you think Kyle can do that role well enough?
Personally, from my point of view, I haven't seen that much of him. I haven't seen him in an in-game leader role. Right. Another question mark for me going into this one. It's really a test as well.
One of the best in-game leaders that in the game.
Yeah.
Right? From that old Echo Fox squad. And obviously, I'm not saying Kyle can't do it. I personally, I haven't seen enough of him either. I was just curious to see if you'd maybe seen him in other games previously or whatnot in that role. But definitely excited to see if Echo Fox can try and claw their way back into this one. They're definitely not out by any means. But in terms of Reclaimed as a map, Toby, who do you think that actually favors?
We said it, Splice is their favorite map. They love the team fights. Echo Fox have showed signs of life in these team fights as well. But Splice has shown enough for me on Dam in the first half and the end of that second half where you start to question, are Echo Fox proficient enough in these team fights? They really need to be considering going into this map in advance. All right, we need a backup strategy. We need to know what weapons we're placing down, where the fights can be controlled, and try and pace the game to their speed.
Does that mean the great Toby Campbell may be changing his prediction here?
No.
No?
No. I didn't say 2-0. Can I get it?
You said that.
I didn't say 2-0.
Echo Fox was going to win map 1.
That went out the window. That's true. I'll accept that L. Hold to the chest.
Hold that. So you don't think Splice can 2-0?
I don't think so. I think Echo Fox will.
Let me explain my worry from what I've seen with Splice playing on the main stage. It's staying composed when you're ahead. Yeah. They've had an issue almost closing out those games, and I think this is a perfect one for them to try and close out, right? You're at home field advantage. Like, the crowd is clearly on your side. You're 1-0 up. It was a comfortable map 1. It wasn't necessarily like one of those round 13 scary ones. It was a good, solid map. I feel like this is now where you need to close it out. And if they can kind of get that monkey off their back, so to speak, I think this Splice squad definitely could be very, very dominant. For now, though, we actually have ourselves an Echo Fox video. Let's take a look. There, of course, a look at a video from Echo Fox. They find themselves down 1-0 here. And we'll begin guys. The match may have started. Looking at clouds. Look at those eyes. Look how concentrated he is. Hopefully we can jump straight into that one so we don't miss any action whatsoever. Call-out's already coming in from the Echo Fox boys. And I believe they may have themselves an advantage early on in this one just by listening to their call-outs. There we go, jumping straight into the game. As it stands, it's going to be the boys on Echo Fox, going to be the red squad, and it's going to be, in fact, no, I lie. It's going to be Echo Fox, the blue squad, and it's going to be the boys from Splice, the red squad for map number 2 here. So Splice with an early lead.
Yeah, fair play to them. We thought for body language that Echo Fox were taking the leg up, but it's not the case.
I saw a couple of smiles come through, so I was like, oh, well, they must be winning.
I mean, keeping the heads high anyway, but going back to that point very quickly, Ben.
Yes.
Splice, this pool play, it's not finals by any stretch of the imagination. This is the time where they can get that monkey off their back. They can see a 2-0 lead out and not succumb to the pressures of competitive play.
It's so important that they're able to do that soon. Because you think about, like, what, this is the fourth event of the year, third major. You need to start kind of closing out those series if you want to be, you know, considered one of the best teams in the game right now. In terms of talent, they definitely have it.
Yep.
They really are a good squad, but you have to be able to close out games. It is as simple as that. As early on here in map number 2, it is Splice who have the advantage, and they're looking in good shape, it seems, Toby.
I mean, they've lost B control. They have just come off respawn. It is now their turn to make the play and change the pace of the game too. Actually, we've got a bit of a fight going down bottom, and I like that from not Excel, excuse me. I'm not sure who that is who ran out of the top barn for the side of Echo. They are going to play it safe, right? They've got numbers managed, they've got B control, they've got map control. Right. They do not allow, need to allow a 1v1 to occur.
Why risk it?
Yeah.
You can just play that kind of slow, methodical game. Make sure you're kind of playing the smart game, if you will. As finally Choche springs into life, he should be able to pick up his teammate there as well. So just as quickly as they lose control of B, they're able to regain control of that B hill. With that now, maybe they can start to extend that lead once again. You see the A hill is currently being taken once again by Splice, and this is looking like a very good round number 1 for them.
Yeah, and KO and Co right now, it is Clouds looking for the kills. Excuse me, very risky play too. They go in early before they get the fair numbers game. I mean, Choche has responded with a kill of his own, and that's crucial. In fact, they've won the team fight. As you can see, the score is 200. Splice might be taking the first round, and they do it in style. Des9 with yet again another double. Why am I surprised?
Seems every single time he's able to pick up those clutch kills when he needs to. And as you said, Splice now winning round number 1. Definitely going to give them that confidence they need. And it's about stringing those rounds together now.
Yeah.
You've done the hard work. You've continued with that momentum. Now just keep it going. Question for Echo Fox now on weapon placement is, what do you do?
Yep. What is it going to be? And back to the point quickly about linking those rounds together, Ben. It's also the team fights. And I think that's what Splice really did well there. They won the initial team fight. They lost it as well. They had to come off respawn. They had to make a play. They had to push. And they did it fairly quick. I have to give it to them. They didn't let Echo Fox sit comfortably at the top of mana there for too long. They saw the score lead out with quite a big margin. Pretty much a textbook response for Splice once on the back foot.
Very well played from them, to be completely honest with you. You have to use, as you mentioned, you know, they lose control of the map. They're easily able to regain it, and with that, take that first round. Talk immediately dropped by Echo Fox up top mana. I mean, that fight now for the B hill is just maybe got even more important. We'll see who's going to come out on top with that one. You see Splice early on, actually, may have the numbers advantage early to this fight. Identity, he's going to go straight for it. He may actually just try and go for the steal. I mean, he had potential to do it. Speedy, though, he's just blitzed straight in, and he will grab that top as well.
Splice immediately backing out as well, trying to keep numbers after this definite team fight loss. I think actually they come on the flank here. Can they get a stick? Speedy getting that one. That might be crucial in stopping this Splice wall flying at them. And there we go, Choche will fall too. And, you know, I'm actually glad the torque bow was put down. It is an unorthodox pick. The weapon itself, definitely the location too, but you can see why it can be effective, and Speedy proving that there after that push.
I like the way Echo Fox are using it as well.
Yeah.
You can go back to map number 1, not necessarily using it just to kind of pick up and Rambo run at people. It's more, let me control these angles. And you see Splice, they have to respect that. You can't just push that Talkbow player and not give them the respect that they most definitely will deserve. Speedy now backing away from that B hill. Does have a teammate actually still with him, and you can see now Splice just slowing that tempo of the game down, Toby. They need to formulate a game plan.
Yeah, and right now I do want to see Echo Fox have a hard hold of up top, trying to abuse that torque bow despite the smokes that come in. Right now it's just a trading of kills though. Echo Fox seemed to be holding out for a second, but the kill feed suggests it is anyone's game right now. Hopping aboard to Speedy. He is going to find one kill, or at least Clouts is. And he's done well enough to stay alive too.
Speedy just played so well there. 20% health he had left, and he acted as bait, waited for his teammates to come in and clean that up, and it was just beautifully executed bait and switch coming in from the boys at Echo Fox up top of the B hill. And Speedy still alive, it's worth mentioning, and still with team support here, just desperately bouncing back and forth the lead. Currently around about 50 points, Toby. They still have A and B control. This is going to be a tough one now for Splice to come back into.
Oh, but a very good push from Identives catching out Carl there, and it's actually a two-pronged attack from the front, from behind, and it's going to be a pinch, a perfect one of that perhaps. Speedy getting down, he will be taken out, and actually a triple cap potentially coming on here as the team of Splice dedicate so many resources up top that they have just lost maybe the score difference to see
Honestly,
this round out.
That could be a massive misplay from Echo Fox. I think maybe they got a little too aggressive. Kyle needs to go bigger on his home hill. He's able to shut down one, get the neutralize. Now it's Identives. Identives is going to win that. This could be a trip cap coming in for a Splice. Identives, a huge trip. He's Identives looking for 3. Identives isn't going to be able to get it. No, but the team support is there. The cavalry is coming. Clouts, though, he is able to shut the final player from Splice down. Desonite desperately tries to get in. He's going to break the hill. Keeps it neutral. Dezo shuts down Clouds. Dezo looking for 2. Is he going to be able to find it? The trade. And Rocha, he's still there. Can he find another one? Splice trying to go absolutely massive here at the final moments of this round. The score 164 to 185. Splice still going big. They've done it. Toby, they've done it. I can't believe it. Talk about how to turn it around. That was beautiful play from Splice.
That was simply clutch. Team fights, team rotations, and also the individual plays. We thought, oh, Echo Fox back in it. They got the kill. Here comes a Splice member around the corner. They all went huge at the end of the day. I thought at the end that Echo was just going to win from points there, but no, Splice, with what was a very aggressive push, made it work just by near margins.
Some key neutrals of that home hill came in just in the nick of time, and that was the difference there. And you can see the Splice boys getting amped up, looking to pick up their first series here in Mexico City and put themselves at 1-1 in the pools. A look there briefly at the weapon placement. I believe, what was that drop? Did you?
I think it was the Marxer actually put down. Okay. But I'm not sure if that's going to influence the fight too much. It was, of course, Echo Fox that put that down. They also put the torque bow there towards the top of the mana. Will they try and sit back, play more passively in this team fight, and maybe bait that torque bow?
I mean, that's what they're playing for, right?
Perhaps, yeah.
You saw the way that they used the torque bow in the early parts of that last round. It was successful. The problem was, when they managed to get those players down, they were almost overly aggressive. They were springing into life maybe unnecessarily. It kind of caught them off guard. You have to give Splice a lot of props for the way they were able to overextend, the way they were able to break through, sneak through enemy lines, and bring themselves back into that last round. Early on, though, it seems as if it's almost deja vu, Toby. Once again, Echo Fox breaking up top and getting good control. Now that they're trying to get that triple cap, you see the A-Hill is actually being capped. And, I mean, just like that, Echo Fox with a fantastic response. It's
a full win, right? They won up top very convincingly, very quickly. Got that torque bow into the hands of Speedy very fast to avoid any mishaps coming from Splice. And also KO, of course. He done so much work down bottom. I believe he got 2, maybe 3 kills that round. I think it's two. Don't quote me on that. But of course, those crucial kills and getting to that away hill is what set up that triple cap in the end.
And Splice very, very quick on their weapon placement. Didn't even give Echo Fox any time whatsoever to, or sorry, didn't give themselves any time to really formulate any added strategies. They're feeling confident. They don't necessarily need to change things up. Obviously putting those instants down at A and C. We'll see how much of a factor they could be. Potentially Splice grab those instants, maybe play over towards that mana side, try and assist that fight up top. Could be the game plan. Of course, we'll have to wait and see their thought process there. Meanwhile, Identives, once again, trying to win that up top fight, but Echo Fox, I mean, they're winning this B fight so unbelievably convincingly.
You know, I have to see the incense go in now, at least block that torque bow spot to prevent that being picked up. Meanwhile, actually, Splice are looking for a severe rotation here. I say severe, they do mean business, but they haven't carried it on. They haven't followed through. Desnite's done well enough.
He didn't get the res, though.
Oh, no, you're right.
He didn't.
Kyle actually took Rocher out. Wow.
Surprising, if he gets that res there, they're able to cap the C-Hill significantly easier. I mean, they could be potentially force Echo Fox to break their own setup up at that B-Hill. Sadly, it's not going to happen, though. So Echo Fox are going to say, thank you very much. Don't mind if we do. We're going to regain control of that C-Hill. Kyle, though, looking once again to just put a little bit of pressure on. He may just back out of that one wisely. Doesn't want to necessarily overstay. Doesn't really want to give anything away for free. Speedy and the boys, they're still around, hanging around. Cross-map talk, will you do it? Oh. I'm not even sure if it was close, but I'll say it was close anyway.
Indeed, Choche's done well enough to prevent that triple cap, but got to give it to United, Echo Fox, excuse me. It is the players of Speedy and, of course, I believe Kyle holding off, playing his distance and not going for that triple cap. But as soon as Speedy got that kill, you notice he flew back in that hill, keeping up the pressure, looking to snowball that advantage that his player done so well to get. And also the power up and play, got to give it to Speedy, utilizing that torque bow once again.
Echo Fox have built themselves a nice little lead here as well in this round, Toby. 106 to 67 points. You see the B hill is still under their control. A is going to be completely neutral. C under Splice's control, but Echo Fox shouldn't really have too many issues capping that A hill. However, the players are falling like flies. Once again, you see the Insins up top of B. Franco doing a good job. Is he going to be able to stay alive? No. Unfortunately, he just rolled a little too far into that Insin, and he will pay the price with his life. Splice, though, looking once again to flood this B hill up top. It's going to be Advers, who did have a teammate up there. I think they may be able to retake control here. B, and if Echo Fox aren't careful, this could be a trip cap. Someone has to break that A hill. Speedy's going to be over there. I think is he going to be able to touch the hill in time? He will. And Echo Fox, I mean, for what is around, which is fully under their control, very almost through that away.
It's tuning fast. Honestly, Desenide was gifted those headshots almost. Yes, you need a lot of skill to get those marks of headshots off, 2 in quick succession, for sure. But Echo Fox were just stacking upside inside that bowl of the B hill, not really doing anything with it. Right. The Splice members took advantage, and now they've got they've got B hill control and map control to show for it. Question is, can they hold on? I mean, even KO's rotated up top to try and get this one back. It's a big one.
Yeah, you have to see Splice at least put a little bit of pressure on A here. Maybe go for that neutralize. I think they can still win with that 2-to-1 hill advantage, but they're going to want to go for that trip cap, especially considering you know Echo Fox is going to be aggressive themselves. Here comes the pressure over towards C. It's going to be Kyle, who now looks for a trip cap for Echo Fox. This is going to leave Splice with little to no options whatsoever, and in actual fact, that trip cap is going to get locked in. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Just for a second.
Just for a
second. Taking out heartstrings.
I believed.
I think the damage was done anyway, Ben.
Yep.
If it didn't come in, the Splice members, the majority of them were coming off respawn, and Echo Fox do see that out. 2-2 the score.
Desenide, 16 kills.
Oh, he is putting in work. Got to give it to him. Got to give it to him. He's been getting the doubles for his team. Definitely, maybe taking the main Slayer role for maybe the first time I've actually casted over. It's usually Identiv's the star player with all those kills and shotgun battle victories to boot. But, well, definitely performing here.
Well, we're all tied up. 2 rounds apiece. A quick look at our map shows you that the workshop was in fact blocked off.
Well, Splice themselves.
Is that surprising to you?
Yeah, no, not at all.
No?
They want to keep the team fight going at B. They actually bring the incense up top as well. So it kind of like, it's a look into their mindset, right? Their strategy. They want to try and use these incense to get the leg up in the team fight and see if they can gain map control this way.
Well, Dezo with the instance in hand, I don't think that's actually going to connect with either player that he threw those at. But more importantly, Splice, for the first time in, I think, all 4 rounds, actually should get early control of this B hill. Bear in mind now as well, we are at 18-second respawns, Toby, so every single kill Splice is getting here is absolutely massive. That's a big down as well, comes through. Instant launched out from Franco. That's going to shut down Choche, and Franco recognizes I will need to defend C here. He needs to buy his teammates time, doesn't necessarily need to make the flashy play. Unfortunately, he will fall, and that could be the C hill completely neutralized. Trip cap domination coming through. Is Speedy going to have what it takes to break through? No, he's not. And Splice go 3-2 up.
Well played. Got to give it to them. They won that team fight, as you said, at the start for what seemed like an eternity without that, but also the torque bow. I was about to say it, they maybe get the torque bow control for the first time in this whole game, but Desenide, speaking of the man himself again, he was so disciplined not to pick up that torque bow, but provide that Lancer fire on that Apple's air, on that flank, to help his team towards that triple cap. Very well played from him.
Echo Fox final weapon placement of the half. And they're going to take some time on this one.
It's a big one for sure.
They've hovered the frags for quite a while. Yep, they're going to look for those frag grenades in mid-map.
I mean, my concern for this is maybe it's going to be towards a bait side, that location, because of course Incens are in reach straight off pickup to block that spot. Will a member of either team go for the quick pickup as a result? I doubt it. But
you have to have balls of steel, Toby.
We'll have to see, actually. This overhead does tell the tale. He's going to try it. Smoke screen is up.
Ballsy, man. He gets out.
Splice tried to go for that incense, catching him out on the back, but it's not going to work, and maybe that strat has paid off for Echo.
And they forced Splice to use both their incenses as well,
yeah, it is. To be honest, it's worked out for them here. And the torpo is actually in the hands of Identivs here as well. They've traded torpo for nades. Splice have not got to control of B. They just want to play it safe, not allow those frags to just get straight thrown in there into the mix.
Some nice shots coming through from Identivs. Recognize Couch was on that B hill. Is he going to go for the torque? I think,
no.
Did he connect with it? He did. Nicely played from Identiv, and that's going to open up that B hill. Surely Splice now can spring into action. 20-second respawn here, the final round of the first half, but Kyle still alive. And you saw Identiv, he wanted to rush into that one, but had to back away. Gave Kyle a little bit of respect there. Kyle ultimately does fall. B hill will be taken. A hill pressure over on that side as Identiv hits the torque on Crash. Now the trip cap domination potentially coming through, and that's a fantastic push out from Identiv. Waited until Franco couldn't see the line of sight. Unfortunately, though, for Splice, Clouts was able to break that hill, but it should be good enough. Surely for Splice, they can't allow Speedy to break through. What?
Oh my, he's Speedy. We can give him that. Damn.
His namesake. All right, Kyle can't do it. No.
No.
Kyle just tried to do what Speedy did. Unfortunately, ended up rolling into a wall.
Unfortunate for him, of course, and you got to give it. We have to give it to Identiv that round. Those sticks were amazing.
Yep.
But a point I'd love to bring up about Splice at this point is how well they're playing through apples. How many times have we seen flanks and pinches on this up top battle? It's their pick. You can tell they're familiar with how to play Reclaimed at a high level, and it is paying off in dividends here.
As it stands, Splice 4-2 up at the half. Now just 3 rounds away from winning the series and putting them at 1-1 in the pools. It would be a massive, massive win for them, as we said. The fans that are here this evening definitely behind Splice, proving the home favorite myth to definitely be true. I'm just waiting for the ole ole chance to really break out. But we're going to kick things off on board with Speedy from Echo Fox. He's already going to fall, and as we mentioned before, going into that half, 10-second respawns now. All weapons moved off the map, and our hills have also flipped sides as well.
Yeah, whether Splice can continue these amazing flanks and.
I mean, how much of a factor is that going to be? The map flipping like that?
It could prove huge, honestly. The top boat gone and things reset. It could prove the one thing that Echo needs to kind of reset, to slow this game down, win those initial team fights and set up. Whether Splice are as proficient on this team fight and this hill in particular throughout the intensity, or the duration, I should say, of the round, remains to be seen.
Speedy, once again, being Speedy, but Identiv's like, bro, you can bounce back and forth all you want. It doesn't matter, because all you're going to do is bounce into my shotgun. Identiv's really starting to heat up now, it seems, as that E-Hill, the mid-neutral should be good to once again be controlled by Splice. They can start reducing that early lead Echo Fox was able to build. It's not that much, just around about 20 points as it stands. Franco, though,
I love it.
Yeah, he's actually fallen as well, so Splice, they don't want to take their foot off the gas. You can see them just flooding towards Echo Fox's spawn point, and that F-Hill now could be under some severe attack now from Splice. Kyle, I mean, he's one of the last remaining players for a couple of seconds. Finally, the support comes through. Clouds off spawn is able to put a stop to that Splice attack, but Rocha there for the trade. And Splice, I love this from Splice. This is what you want to see from them. You want to see that aggression, but you cannot allow Speedy to keep breaking through like that.
And I think it's going to come through, Ben. There we go, triple cap. Is there. 5-2 the scoreline, Ben. Once again, Identiv's, he went off. That last 60 seconds, up until his death, was so impressive for me. You know, at times, to many new viewers at home, he's trying to go in for a shotgun kill here with 3 enemies in front of him, but it's about keeping up the pressure while staying alive. That damage balance between you and the enemy can be the thing that tilts the balance. Speak of the man, he is pointing fingers, he is hyped, he's proved he can be really good with a shotgun. The torpo.
Across, you know you choked. You know it was you know you choked. As much as I love watching that, unfortunately not going to see the weapon placement this round, so unsure really what the game plan is going to be here for Echo Fox. It'd be great if we could switch that. This is a huge round for them now. They do not want to allow Splice to get to match point, I should say.
Well, no surprise here, Ben. They've gone with the shot grenades, Team Echo Fox, and we see it a lot, especially on this half. Throw it into the mix, slow down Splice running you. Gauge the pace in your half, and just by placing that down on the E, just throwing that in there, it can stop men like Identiv flying in. Actually, he's going to get shut down from Speedy, so maybe they want to utilize a shot grenade in a different way here, Echo, and apply the pressure, but no, Choche will respond, and he's looking for a second. Not going to find another one. Definitely Echo is still in this battle.
Choche managing to get out of the shot grenade as well is big for his squad. Clouds, though, misses that point blank. Luckily, teammate in support, and should be okay to help his teammate secure the E-Hill. So Echo Fox now with the advantage income. So I believe that's Choche from Splice. or sorry, Adverse from Splice. Doesn't want to give away that mid-neutral
Oh my.
easy at all. Dezo, he's going to be there as well. And Splice, they're being so aggressive right now. This is beautiful to see from them.
They're heating up. Adver's just got a double headshot kill with the Nasher, something you don't see often, and then he goes in and gets a triple. These players are on fire. Desanide, Identives, Advers, all these players are going off in their individual 1Bs. They're getting hyped. They're definitely, their motivation, their passion, everything, momentum is on their side. It is their game to lose.
If you see Splice get another wave of kills, you fully expect to see them go for that triple cap. Rocha with some good shots being provided. Franco, he's going to push straight through, and Cal and Franco open up that E-hill. It's wide open now, and that should be easily capped by Echo Fox. And you can see Franco, just how aggressive he is. After picking up those entry kills at E, he's already at the opposition home hill. That is just such aggressive play from Franco. It's exactly what Echo Fox need right now.
I mean, regardless, right, if KO going for this F hill doesn't cause like a triple cap or any gains in map control, at least he's going to break that hill. He's the thorn in the side of Splice. They have to address that, and he's kind of spreading Splice apart, an area I think they're not as good at compared to the team fights.
F hill now neutral, D also neutral. Echo Fox still with the potential to go for the trip cap and end this round here. Identive's still alive for now. Nicely played. He will clean up Speedy. 121 to 120 the score. Fragile lead Echo Fox has been able to develop. The E-hill now looking as if that could be neutralized. Identive still, I don't even understand how he's alive, but just being a nuisance, if nothing else. It took 2 plays from Echo Fox to finally shut him down. And whilst all that was going on, the E-hill's been capped once again for Splice.
Yep, and the score is pretty much even now. On the Splice team, as you can see in the overhead, they're trying to set
full
up.
map control.
Yeah, Identives has done his work. It might be an overextension considered, but you said it needed resources.
Yeah.
Echo Fox couldn't run to the E hill off spawn. They had to go through their home hill as a result, and it slowed them down. Now, though, can Echo Fox launch the offensive they need?
And we've seen Echo Fox break this setup already this round. Will they be able to do it again? Adverse and Rocha have other ideas. They find the first 2 kills. Katz is able to respond. Meanwhile, Katz looking for another one. Very weak. He will drop. And I think Splice, when you look at the points, I mean, they may have just done it. The kills once again come through. That's 3 players down. Only Speedy and Crash up for Echo Fox. And I mean, they have to go. You can't waste any time whatsoever. You only have 5 seconds to get across the map. It's just simply not going to happen. Splice find themselves at match point. Their first game here on the main stage in Mexico City. They already lost one of their series earlier on to Panda. And this puts Panda in a fantastic position, by the way. If Splice was able to win this, they could potentially come out on top of their group.
I'm sure they're sitting pretty happy right now, Panda, from the sideline, watching as this game unfolds.
Oh, really?
They just beat this team so convincingly. Now Splice are taking out Echo Fox, maybe the favorite to take this group. It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We talked about the pools at the start, Ben, my predictions of that. I didn't think anything was changing as a result. Kind of samey. It's different in this one.
Boom shot has been placed at the bottom of the map by Echo Fox. How much of a factor is that going to be? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, Splice, a team who are not afraid of boom shots. Let's just put it that way.
Honestly, Echo Fox right now are banking on winning this team fight. They've got a lot of rounds to come back to try and beat Splice in a row. I think putting a boom shot down, personally, is very risky. I mean,
I'll tell you this right now. If Echo Fox do come back into this and they win this map, they win the series without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay.
Clouds, he's already got his hands on boom. Speedy finds one. Speedy looking for more as well.
Oh, what's just happened?
Wow.
Why is the kill feed just gone red? Clouds has suicided. It was necessary.
No,
actually, no, he took out Crash and he's still alive.
He took out his teammate. He was like, bro, you're stood near the enemy. I'm just going to shoot. Clouds at 4%, somehow still alive. And his health is going to start to regain. He's actually won that fight as well.
Fair play.
So after the early break, DNF controlled by Splice. They've got themselves a 35-point lead, or 38-point lead. Rather, the FL, though, will go straight back over to Echo Fox. Splice are looking to react.
That was nail-biting for me. As soon as I saw that red kill feed, it just goes to show.
You saw blue, you saw the boom picked up as well by Echo Fox, and all of a sudden it was just red everywhere.
I mean, just going back to the point, Echo need to win successive team fights, not only during rounds, but in every round in a row against Splice. I mean, on paper, historically, can they do that? I mean, maybe not. Honestly, judging from the round count, it's so risky indeed. E-hill is now going to go in the way of Splice, trying to set up for that next boom shot might be their goal. Speedy has other ideas.
I feel like every time we've seen Speedy, he's made a play.
Yeah,
not necessarily just kills, but he's just made a play, right? He's bought his teammates time. He's managed to break a hill. He's doing something. I mean, look at this man. The man's just a beast. Nicely done. He's looking for more.
No way.
Oh, I thought he just bamboozled his way through Dezenide there and was going to be able to find that kill. Unfortunately not. Dezenide is able to clean him up, and now Splice find themselves 100 points away from winning this series here in Mexico City in front of the home crowd. Are they going to be able to do it? That's the question.
No.
Dezenide desperately tries to defend that mid-neutral hill. Franco trying to push through for Echo Fox. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do so. He has to back away like a dog with his tail between his legs, and Dezenide immediately springs upon that opportunity to get a little bit more map control.
And this is so good for Splice, right? They've built a score buffer that gives them the time to focus solely on this newly respawning boom shot. The time is now perhaps for Echo Fox to bow as losers because they have to do something significant, Ben. They have to pull something out here. I don't know what.
Dezo has the boom as well. As you said, they played it perfectly. They have full control of the map. Clouds, though, he's actually still going to be there at D, so they've actually managed to break Splice's home hill. F and D still going to be controlled by Echo Fox. If they can collapse on E, they may have a chance, but bear in mind, boom shot is still up. And I believe it's actually in the hands of Dezo, who was playing over towards this D hill, so he's going to regain control of that home hill. 185 to 132. Echo Fox, they need a hero. And this is a Hail Mary play if you've ever seen one in your life. The E hill still going to be neutral. Someone needs to overextend to D as well, so they're not going to have the numbers. The kills coming in from Splice. I think they've done it. Surely just 10 more points needed. They can win off just one hill, and I think they know it as well. If Franco goes down, and he will, Splice will win the series 2 maps to 0. A fantastic performance from the #1 Latin American squad.
Wow. Speechless at this point, Ben. Truly fantastic stuff. For Splice, home field advantage may be coming to life in front of us right here, right now. The individual plays, even right at the end, Ben. Dezenide used 2 boom shots, found 2 kills. The second one was difficult. It was through smoke, baiting a player essentially up towards that hill to break that double cap, and he also got a kill at the following 2 around the corner. Big shotgun plays, big power weapon plays. Splice, I tip my hat to you.
I think one of the big questions that I think you're going to look at and really look for answers there for is, what was the difference that in Splice's game against Echo Fox as opposed to their first game? A big difference almost.
It was huge. Splice, I think that map being reclaimed, their favorite map, I think it favored them a lot. We talked about the flank right through Apples. Identives was so good through that scenario. Dezenide as well was doing work. I think as well, in terms of Echo Fox, going back to that roster scenario, XL's was amazing on Reclaim, really proactive on this map especially. Losing that player on Flex might have really hurt them there, in all honesty. KO done well. I mean, he done well, true, but he didn't win the successive 1v1s that we usually expect from XL's, and as a result, Splice would left free for the team fights.
Splice definitely looking good. Obviously, we didn't get to see them in their first game against Panda. That was on a side station elsewhere, but yep, seeing them on main stage, they definitely look like a force to be reckoned with. And more importantly, it's blown that group now wide open. A lot of pressure on Echo Fox. They're going to need to win out their games as well. Panda are sitting pretty. I'm sure they had some big smiles on their faces. Of course, that isn't all the action from today. We still have one more game remaining coming up very, very shortly. But for myself and Toby, that is going to be everything for now. We're going to do a quick commercial break. When we return, more Gears of War 4 action.